Welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio from Stewards Planning Group. Stewards Planning Group is a company that specializes in helping you build purposeful retirement plans, custom plans that not only help clients steward their treasure, but also their time and talent as well. They believe if you're taken care of financially, you can go even further to make the family, community, and kingdom impact you truly desire to make, which is the ultimate purpose of wealth. If you'd like to set up a no-cost, no-obligation meeting with one of their financial advisors, please give them a call at 222-4236. You can request a meeting at stewardsplanning.com, or you can simply stop by their office on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio, and I'm your host, Ben Tachis, and we're going to do something. We're going to have a throwback episode, only it's a live episode. So it's a throwback to back when Jared Sebesta and I would do this show together. And we still record a podcast together and continue to record Repurposed, the podcast each week. So that's been a lot of fun to continue to do that together. And as our listeners know, Time, Talent, Treasure Radio, we've been working with our advisors, and of course we'll continue that. But Jared was in the office today, and I thought, you know what would be fun? Let's get you back on the radio. You know your way around the radio. So let's chat a little bit. What have you been up to? How are you stewarding your time?
Well, I appreciate that. Now you're interviewing me, right?
That's right.
It's this is kind of like we're backwards here. I appreciate this.
Yeah, we're actually sitting in the opposite seats that we normally do too.
This is so bizarre. It's been a whirlwind. Life has been really, really good, and I think the overall, synopsis of my life, in the last year is just really stepping into who I am, and I really feel like I'm stewarding my time as well as I could possibly be, and I feel like I am more of me than I ever have been at almost 40. Well, no, I am 47 years old, and that makes life really bold and exciting. So it's just been a wild ride, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, when you started working for me better than 10 years ago now, remember the conversation we had? It was I think you were even approached by a couple other financial firms at the time, and you told me right away on the phone, hey, Ben, if you want me to come and be a financial professional, that's not for me. And I said, well, that's perfect, because I'm not looking for another financial professional. What I'm looking for is somebody to come in and help us really change the financial, like the way people think about life and money in our area. Yeah. And I've told people this before, but I think we accomplished the goal, right? And we continue to do that together. Yeah. I know you're busy. You've done a number of speaking events. It's not uncommon. People still come up to me and say, "Yeah, I just heard Jared speaking," and certainly one of your highest talents and is just motivating people from stage, and just anything where you can be, up in front of people brings energy and is more of who you are. You wrote a book since the last time we probably had you on the show. Maybe tell people about that.
Yeah. Wrote a book, launched that last year, called Life Undeferred. That's the name of my platform. I had a chance to travel the country now and speak and teach. And with that being said, I was here for 10 years officially, just under 10 years. And it was a great time to really apply my skills to this business, and I feel very connected still to when I drive past and see the sign. It's like I had a small part in helping build that. And to your point, though, I think with the name change and all of those things, and the Stewards Planning Group, I think it's fantastic. And we mention this on the podcast all the time. This is you stepping into who you are, and you want to talk about changing the way people think about money, retirement. You've done that, and I think that you're just getting started. I really believe that. And so I think that's the mentality to really have. At 47, I feel like I'm just getting started, and the people that I teach and try to inspire and from stage, whether you're 65 or 15 or 75, your mentality should be, I'm just getting started. And that's really the journey of life. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate the 10 years you gave me, and dealing with me and all of my things, and kind of launching me into this phase of my life.
Yeah, feelings mutual. I think watching you grow into that role and being part of growing this firm, for those 10 years has been fun. And we continue to do stuff together, of course. And you're in the area. So you're no stranger, of course.
People they see me around.
Yeah, you're around, and that's awesome. So this time of year, our clients we're super busy, right? We're winding down the year, and we're doing a lot of year-end planning with our clients, and there's a lot of charitable charitable work going on. There's certainly a lot of other stuff. One of the things I wanted to bring up today is we do have one of my favorite fundraisers of the year coming up here on the 14th of December. If you haven't registered yet, that's when we have our annual paddle battle. That was a pickleball tournament that actually you were in the meeting when we decided we were going to do that. We started talking about what do people old and young like to do, and I it could have even been you.
I don't want to brag, but that was actually my idea.
But you will brag. It was your idea.
Yeah, okay. It was my idea. I conjured that up on the drive into work like the week prior that I came up. But
yeah,
it was like what I think what makes this special is you build a platform for people to come together. That's it's not about necessarily the pickleball. It's about the day and creating an event where people, young and old, like you said, can come together for a really great cause. And when I thought of it like that, it really made sense.
Yeah, and that's what I love about pickleball. We had Sean Levesque, of course, on this show a few times, just talking through the great things that Youth for Christ does in our community. And again, we're talking about people sometimes of retirement age coming alongside younger people in that very tournament, but also we do see that in Youth for Christ as well, what they're doing. They have volunteers that come in and work with kids and really making a difference in really stewarding their time and talents as well in that. So we would encourage people, if you're listening today and you haven't signed up, reach out to our office. Certainly go to Youth for Christ's office. One of us will show you exactly how to get signed up, to get a team there. And even if you don't have a team, you certainly can donate to Youth for Christ. All the proceeds that day are going to go to Youth for Christ. The city of Wilmer is allowing us to use their great facilities. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Jared, I'm going to throw it back to you. Anything else you'd like to talk about today in your last, maybe it's your last round on this radio show. Maybe we'll have you back again.
I'll never fully go away. You know that. No, it's been a lot of fun. And again, I just want to commend you for this pickleball tournament. It just made sense. We weren't going to do a pickleball tournament just to have one. Automatically, when I brought it up, you said, well, let's do it as a fundraiser because your heart is to give. And I really appreciate that about you. And it was just so seamless. It was like, well, Sean Levesque is a huge pickleballer. We love Youth for Christ. We're already supporting them. Let's just make this work. And I think that's a great word for people. We can kind of close on this one. Think about ways that you can serve. Think about the people that you're connected to. Think about what your genius is. Think about where you've got different groups of people that you can bring together and collaborate on. And then life gets really, really fun. And like I said, this pickleball tournament, even though it raises a lot of money, is a lot of fun. And that's kind of how it should be. So I would just challenge people to think about how they can execute that in their own life. Yeah, there should be joy in giving. And whether or not you're giving of your time, your talent, or your treasure, it should always be fun. And I love that about this tournament. So yeah, for all of our listeners out there from Stewards Planning Group, until next week, steward well. Do you need help stewarding your time, your talent, or your treasure? If so, Stewards Planning Group can help. Now is the time to set up a no-cost, no-obligation meeting. You can do this one of three ways. Number one, give them a call right now at 222-4236. You can request a meeting online at stewardsplanning.com, or you can just stop by their office located on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. We'll see you next time. Ben Tejas is a financial advisor at Stewards Planning Group. Securities offered through Cetera Wealth Services, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Cetera Investment Advisors, LLC. A registered investment advisor. Cetera is under separate ownership from any other named entity. 1104 19th Avenue Southwest, Wilmer, Minnesota 56201. The views depicted in this material are for information purposes only and are not necessarily those of Cetera Wealth Services, LLC. They should not be considered specific advice or recommendations for any individual. Neither Cetera Wealth Services, LLC nor any of its representatives may give legal or tax advice.